How to be a good bloke, part 2. So far, we have seen that while we recognise the ideal of being a good bloke, most of us are not sure about how to begin. We are not saying this is easy, but it is possible if we help each other along the way and are aware of some of the traps for young and old players, such as when we wake up our minds to improve things and make the decision that I'll treat others the way I want to be treated, we unconsciously do a Swiftie and remake the rule to read, they should now treat me as I would like to be treated. And when you try to do things differently, you begin to see all of the things that others don't do so well. This is a huge problem. How are you supposed to get things right when all of these other idiots keep mucking things up? If we are really smart, we realise that we cannot change anybody for the better, especially our wife or kids beyond a certain age. What we also need to realise is that we cannot even change ourselves, at least not by pulling ourselves up by our own bootlaces, because it is easy to think of ourselves as becoming self-made men, while we are becoming bigger drongos than what we were before. We may well become self-made businessmen or sportsmen, but we will never become transformed to achieve our full human potential because we don't have the resources in us to do so. For this reason, we have to draw upon a higher source of goodness and power outside ourselves. It is not a sign of weakness to admit our need for help. It takes great courage to have high expectations of yourself and to be realistic enough to know that this is not a DIY project. The source of human transformation is to begin to draw upon the deposit of faith, hope, and love already in us. This is the reflection of God already in each human being. We are made in His image, and we must now invest the goodness we have been given to gain more. This illustration of a triangle represents the totality of a man. We are human trinity of 3 parts that are designed to work together. Most of us are conscious of the needs of our bodies and our minds and care reasonably well for them. We eat decent food, sleep and exercise well enough because without a body, we don't exist. We also learn about truth and good habits of the mind because we see that they are life-enhancing. Soul includes our personality, emotions, motivations, and passions of the heart. We need to be emotionally alive with a warm heart that enables us to treat others well because we know it is good for us, and engage the knowledge and intellect of our mind. In addition to our body and soul, our spirit is the essence of who we are. But until it is awakened, our spirits may be dormant and very small. It is clear, though, that we are capable of abusing and misusing our bodies, souls, and spirits. For example, we see this in the situations where men are violent towards others. We see selfishness and evil all around us and every night on the TV news. Abuse to ourselves or others leads to despair. Increasingly, our society is becoming more materialistic, less passionate, and less spiritually awakened. Our spirits are left half dead, and we continue to lust after power and pleasure, seeking the next greatest thing to make us feel good. Because of the strongly materialistic culture in which we are a part of, it may take us a while to acknowledge the reality of our spirit, especially of the divine spirit of God within us. But when we begin to understand and experience the role of the divine presence within our transformation, reaching out to God as the source of all things good, we have entered into a new realm known as grace. God's free gift made available to us just for the asking. And it is this amazing grace, this undeserved favour, that will take us from strength to strength.